city. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. I'm ready to know I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Got it. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Harper. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Nixon will try the right side. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
He's going deep for Brown. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll run with Mixon. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. Denied on 4th down is Joe Mixon. And this defense holds firm here on the opening drive of the night. They'll run on 1st down. James. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So now they operate back from their side of the field here, 2nd and long.
Hey, 43, 15.
James. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. He's going to air one out. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check 50. Check 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
From the gun, Harper. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pick up there, 26 yards.
Baltimore, first down. 1st and 10 at the 20.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Back to throw. Harper. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
On first down, Harper. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Extra point, hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And it's now a 7-0 game. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. Dancing to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Yellow, yellow. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes, he's going to look deep down the field. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Go, go.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Here we go. Here we go. Travel.
From the gun, a give to Mixon. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, Haywood.
Hey, check. Mike 50.
Operating from the gun. Harper. He's got his man, Boyd. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Set. Bravo. 30 base.
Man, I got you. 50's to Mike. 50's to Mike. It's been a long day for you.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Towards the end zone for Brown. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Ready, 50, plant.
All day, plant. Watch tight end.
Hey, Alpha.
Tight end's right. 4 down. Hey, Mike's 50. Watch the screen.
Get it.
From the gun on 3rd down, Harper. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Ready.
Off the play fake. Harper. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season as the Ravens push further out in front. A sensational one-handed grab in the end zone for the score. Looked like you at the Davis Turkey Bowl every year in the backyard in Orlando, Florida.
Oh, you're so kind. That's definitely in my mind. But how about this? They always tell guys going after the ball, the receivers especially, you got to have a single-minded obsession to go get it. How about going up with a single hand and making that happen? I don't know if it gets much better than what we just saw there.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the 1st half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Mahomes going to throw. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage. 17 on the play.
And their first down, Chiefs.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the ground, it's James. And he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Here's James. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just started in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Yellow. No, little lady. Check.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away.
So they wound up passing on a long field goal try, but that works out for them really well. That one's down inside the 5-yard line.
And it's risky because your punter, if he puts it in the end zone, the net result not worth it, but there, I think worth it. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Now Joe Mixon. He's going to have the first down past the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 32-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Off play action. Harper. He gets this one to Boyd. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That goes for a gain of 31.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Harper. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
This quarterback now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Back to throw. Harper. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and
4. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. On 3rd down, Mixon, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. This is Mixon. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Hey, high 7. Get it.
To throw on 2nd down. Harper trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Ron Thornhill. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Yellow.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Throwing now is Mahomes, and that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Mahomes to throw once more. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Keep playing hard. Let's get it.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Here's Hill on the return. He spins free. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. On 2nd down, it's James. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
1st down, Kansas City.
On 1st down, it's James. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
On 2nd and 11 now, Mahomes. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. first possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
10 Lobo.
Better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it.
Hey, wahoo!
Again, it's Mixon. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Pilot, 64, weak. Hey, Delta.
Mike, check. 59. Coming in.
Now.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
They decide against going for it on 4th and 1, maybe to the dismay of their offense, but, hey, a nice consolation prize down inside the 5.
Nice consolation prize indeed. So maybe the offense is upset, but they showed confidence in their defense by punting it away.
They'll run on first down. James. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. It's James. And now where are they going to mark him here? Well, they say he did get back to the 1-yard line, but that could have easily been 2 points the other way.
And it brings up 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From his end zone, Mahomes on 3rd and long. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Watch out for Hill on the return. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch the run. Check it back.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, seam 6, 5.
2nd and 9 now. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Ready?
5-9. Watch the screen.
Hey, zoom. There goes.
From the gun on 3rd down, Harper. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
And that incompletion was caused by the defense. I think they were trying to get one into the middle of the field, trying to find a receiver there, but they were in zone defense. And what are the advantages of being in zone? Eyes and reaction. Eyes meaning all eyes are on the quarterback and able to react when he throws the football and rally to that spot, and that's exactly what happened there. Able to get there and knock it away.
A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
First down, Chiefs.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
On first down, Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A gain of 6 there on first.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. Now in Baltimore. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard. They trail as we start quarter number 4. The Chiefs on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Mahomes to throw. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Mahomes going to go on 4th down. And the pressure gets to him again. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape.
Ready. 60 outlaw.
All day, dog.
Big grip.
Mixon with a first down carry. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there, and I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Miles Boykin, his 2nd touchdown on the season as the Ravens push further out in front. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points.
And now here is another interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Again, it's Mixon. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Mixon with it. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Tucker's kick is good. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Now, last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City 1st down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Darren Lee there to get him down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And he's into the clear, past the 20, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Joe Mixon with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know that plenty of people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. To throw, it's Mahomes. It's Hill, complete. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They come up on a fourth down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Mahomes now to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens get the football back and in great shape.
Go! 10-2 stop.
Defense. Let's go, defense.
Set.
On first down, Mixon. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left.
At the 22-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Watch the flag, watch the flag, watch the flag. Shoot.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Tucker missed it left. Normally reliable, this time no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now here's Mahomes. And out across midfield down to the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
It's a gain of 25.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They run it with James. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. So on fourth down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg. And they're at least trying to finish out strong.
So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And the Chiefs have it. Great job by the kick team there to get the football, but also don't forget about the man that started it, the lonesome kicker himself.
I love that you brought him into it because he doesn't get nearly the attention he deserves. Oftentimes it's only when it's negative. In this case, he created a positive play for his team.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take it the next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to.
And this is going to be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game.